Taking split entries is considered one of the most efficient ways of trading markets. But on the other hand, averaging down on your losing positions, which looks very similar to taking a split entry, is considered the worst way of trading markets. Now, why is there such a big difference in these two things when they look almost similar from the outside? Well, that's what we are going to discuss in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Shrish here from Trading Explained, and now, without any further ado, let's begin. So let's start the video by understanding what does split entry exactly mean. We will understand this with the help of an example. Let's say Infi or Infosys is trading at 1500 levels, and this is how the chart of Infosys is looking like. Now you feel this is the breakout level and Infosys can actually come back down, can actually retrace back down to take the support on the exact level before actually moving up. Now this is 1500, this level let's say is 1495. Now you must have noticed that whenever there is a strong breakout, the stock might not actually come back to its original retracement level every single time. Sometime it happens that it will just come back somewhere over here midway and then reverse back up, and that is why now you are confused how to take entry in Infosys, because you do not know whether the level of 1495, this level, is going to come or not. Because there is a strong breakout, a volume breakout, you have no idea if the stock is going to actually retrace back that much. So what you are going to do in this case, you are going to put one entry somewhere at this mid level. Let's say this is 1497, and you are going to put another entry at 1495. So you are going to split your entry into two. Half of your quantities will be executed at 1497 and half, if the market comes at 1495, then your remaining half of the quantities will be executed at remaining 1495 levels. Now why the split entry thing in the first place? Because you do not know if the market is going to come back to this 1495 level. You don't want to risk of being missing out. Now these moves are such, like when they break out, they don't usually give you a chance to enter into markets. But if you get any bit of chance, any slight chance, if you see any opening to get into that particular breakout, that would be a small retracement. And that is exactly why you are putting your entry at 1497 or so. So let's say market comes back down just a little bit, takes you in, and then starts shooting up. So what happens in this case? If you had not entered in split entry points, if you had just put your entry at 1495, you would have completely missed out on the breakout that was there in Infosys. But because you went with the split entry, what happened is you, at least your half of your quantities got executed and you are able to make something out of the breakout that you saw in Infosys. Now this is how split entry works. This is just an example in terms of breakout, but split entry works in pullbacks, in retracement, in breakouts, everywhere. So basically you take split entries to avoid being missing out on a good setup trade. That is the reason you go with the split entries in the first place. Now let's understand what does averaging mean when we talk about averaging your losing positions. Why is there such a huge difference? We will go with the same example so it becomes easier for you to understand. So let's say again Infosys is trading at 1500. This is how the chart is looking like, and the breakout is here. And now what you do is, instead of waiting on retracement or pullbacks, you start buying at these levels. You start buying at the breakout levels. You start punching market orders at the breakout level itself. Now let's say you punch, let's say 70% of your quantities at 1500, and now the stock starts to move down. It comes down to 1498. So what you do? You punch more orders at 1498. Now the stock starts to go again below. So what you do? You punch more orders at 1496. And now the stock is going further down to 1494. And now what you do? You punch more orders at 1494 in anticipation that you will get a better average price combining all of these. And when the market moves up, you will be at higher profits because you will be having accumulated quantities, lot of quantities, and a good average price as well. But this all is just based on an assumption that the market will move up again. Now there is no guarantee that this particular breakout was actually a breakout. It can be a fake out. Like if the breakout is not sustaining and not moving up immediately, then that means it has a higher chance of being a trap, of being a fake out, like in this case. And if it is a fake out, then all of your averaging is going to sink you in, because you are averaging more and more and more quantities, like 70% you did there, but you are putting in more quantities than you can afford. So technically you shouldn't be even adding at 1498 or 1496 because you do not know about split entry. In this case, what you should be doing is buying. If you are buying all your quantities at 1500 at the breakout level, just put a stop loss and wait for the market to do its job. So instead of buying at 1498, 94, 96, all these levels, what you actually need to do is buy all of your quantities at 1500 if you're a breakout trader, and place a stop loss of, let's say, 1485 or 1488 or something, basically below the breakout level. And if the stock is coming inside the breakout level again, then that technically means that it was a fake out and now you need to get out. This is a very common way of trading breakouts. But what happens is, what people do, they usually, to get most out of that breakout, they keep adding at every possible point in hope that this breakout will reverse at some point and go like this. So if you are averaging down on losing positions, it means that you are confident or probably overconfident about that position, that it is not going to go against you, but it is still going against you. So what you are doing, you are adding more to that position. And now here's the thing, the market is proving you wrong right in your face and you are still adding on to that position. Now what do you think the markets are going to do to you? They are going to make you suffer for what you are doing. The number one thing that you need to remember while trading markets is, you cannot bring your ego in. The moment you bring it in, you're dead. Okay. And the second thing is, if the market is telling you that you're wrong, just get out without thinking much. And how does market tell you that you're wrong? Market tells you that you're wrong by going against you. Now let's say you have a setup, and that setup has a target level and a stop loss level. What is a stop loss? Stop loss is basically the negation point of that setup. So whenever the negation point is reached of that setup, you should be exiting. That is where the market is telling you that you are wrong, you need to get out, and if you don't get out, you will pay for it. But instead of getting out, we keep averaging on that position. So similar to this example, 1500, 1496, 1495, 1490, we keep averaging on that particular position, and before even we know what we did, we are probably at like more than what we can afford quantities, sitting at levels what we don't want, expecting markets to move in our favor, and that is not even happening. So we feel as if we are stuck somewhere and there's no help available. And that is the reason averaging down on your losing positions is considered the worst way of trading markets, because you play as if you're playing on certainties while you're playing on probabilities. So if we talk about the biggest differentiator between a split entry and averaging down on your losing positions, what is it? Well, split entry is definitely a plan. It is a plan-based approach to take entries in market. But averaging down on your losing positions is not a plan. It is not a plan-based approach to trading markets. While split entries, in split entries, you know, these are the levels I need to work on, these are the levels I need to take an entry, and these are the levels I need to get out if the market is coming to that point. But when we talk about averaging your positions, there's no plan like that. There's nothing of that sort. We just keep averaging down until the market is falling. We just keep adding more quantities as the market is falling in an hope that market might reverse back and give us profit, or at least let us exit at cost to cost. And that is why it is considered the worst way of trading markets. So I hope you have understood the difference between split entry and averaging down your losing positions. And although they both look very similar from the outside, there's a ton of difference when we talk about it from the inside. I hope you learned something out of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I keep coming back with such videos that revolve around trading, trading psychology, trading success, trading consistency. Everything that you need to know about trading, you will find on this channel. So make sure to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Until then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Peace out.